Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Adams Brothers Podcast. Good evening from rainy and cold South Florida. Well, cold for South Florida standards, I should say. It's about 55 degrees here in South Florida, but it's been rainy and cold all day, according to South Florida standards. But it's snowing everywhere else around the country, all up in North Florida and Pensacola and Tallahassee and Alfred, I believe it is, and Blakely, Georgia, and Louisiana. It's snowing just about everywhere but South Florida here, where it's always 75, 80 degrees, except for today. It's going to be cold tomorrow, y'all. So get those long sleeves and jackets ready. It's going to be cold. It's a pop-up podcast. Come on in the room. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up, baby. How's everybody doing today? Hope you all are doing well and you stay dry today. Me personally, I was out in the rain all day today, man, working. And I can tell you, it wasn't very fun being out in the rain, and it was cold. The wind was blowing, and I was being proactive, as you know, on my job, getting out, going from one place to another, and it was raining very lightly, enough just when you get out, just to make your clothes damp. And the wind was blowing, and I got this bald head going on up here. And I was just out in it all day, man. And I just really wanted to get off from work, come home, take a shower, and relax. And just relax, at home. But, we have important business to do behind these microphones. We had a podcast with Miss Jamara Portier. We just got off of the air with her. Outstanding podcast. She put a ton of information.
She
left us with great information that that'll teach us and learn us how to look for and recognize human trafficking. She has a seminar that she's hosting this Saturday, January the 25th at the Johnny L. Tigner Center from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the guest keynote speaker will be Miss Natalie Wilson, co-founder of Black and Missing Foundation. She has a documentary out on Hulu and HBO.
Yeah, HBO.
And it is called Black and Missing.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen it, had a chance to see it or view it, like me, go on HBO or Hulu.
We know it's on HBO.
We know it's on HBO and try to find it.
Yeah, HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO Max, and try to find it and look at it and watch it. It's a free event. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything to come out and support Jamara. She's doing an outstanding job here in this community. Nobody is doing what she's doing here in the Tri-County area. She's educating us on human trafficking, and she's doing an outstanding job. Where she works down at the state attorney's office with Harold Pryor, the first Black state attorney here in Broward County.
Who we had on our podcast last week. Go back and see the playback on that. Yeah. And that's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Johnny Tigner Center, and it's gonna have they're gonna have Picks food truck, Picks roasted corn, yeah. And that's Wayne and Erica Yorker. They're gonna be one of the food trucks out at the event this Saturday, and it's called "I'm Somebody." That is. That is the theme.
Somebody.
That is the theme of this Saturday event at the Tigner Center. And Miss Portier is also going to have the aunt of a missing child, Sophia Reeder. yes, gonna have Miss Reader's aunt is gonna be there. So talking about the case, and Miss Reader went missing in Fort Lauderdale years ago. So that's right in our backyard. So definitely everyone wants to come out and I definitely want to hear from Miss Reader. I want to like to get her on our podcast too. So gonna try to hook up with her out there and get her to come on here and explain intricate parts of that case to us. So she's gonna be here. Her aunt is flying in to be here. So everyone definitely, definitely come and attend that event at the Tigner Center this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Let's acknowledge some of our guests. Tony Get Sensational Sands. What's up there, Tony? How you doing, my brother? From another mother, Miss Johnny Lucas Smith. Hey, Johnny, up there in Orlando, Florida. Crystal Moore. Hey, cousin, how you doing? Keisha. What's going on? Say hello to Quarter for us and give him our well wishes and prayers to tell him to keep up the good work and keep on getting better.
We hope to see him back out soon. Out doing what he does best with his landscaping business.
Yep. So
and thank you for standing in for Quarter, Keisha. You're a good woman to do that, to be there for him when he gets down and needed you. God's gonna bless you for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Behind every good man there's a good woman. So
that's right.
Keep up the good work there, Keisha. You know, I always give you your props wherever I see you. I'm gonna stop and talk to you there. Cousin Dolene Sutton, how you doing? More, how you doing, cousin? Thank you for always every morning 5:30. She sends us a text every morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
So,
every morning.
Hello, cousin Dolene Sutton, LaShanna Moore Ray, Cerise Henry. How you doing, Cerise? Creasy. Is it Creasy? Creasy Henry. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Yeah, no, that's Glenn's sister.
Oh,
Phi.
Oh, okay.
Phi's sister.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how you doing? You know, like we were just saying, we should go out and support Jamar Terrell on Saturday. And
hello, Miss Gloria Ballum Reed. Miss Reed, we love you. Hopefully sister. All is well with you.
Yeah, we love you. You already know that. Dr. Sherman Mars, welcome back.
Sherman Mars.
Also, the city of Deerfield, they chose a city manager last night. They had a special city commission meeting last night. They had 90 total applicants apply for the city manager's job. 20 of whom were from the state, 20 of whom were from other states, different states. 58 applicants were from Florida. 9 applicants were chose, but they only interviewed 4 in-person interviews yesterday. So they chose 9 out of 90. And they did 4 in-person interviews last night, and they ended up with Rodney Brimlow.
Yes, correct? Mr. Brimlow. He's the acting city manager right now. Former BSO deputy, he was administrator here. He was the district chief here in Deerfield Beach. I think he said last night he has 26 years of law enforcement. He has degrees in public administration. Yeah. And so he was chosen over, I believe one candidate was named Randy Cross. One was named Randy Cross. Stood out to me last night. He said that he used to work, and I kind of remember him. He worked over in the public works department about 23 years ago. He worked over with my dad over at the public works department, and I believe he was over the recycling, if I remember right.
Yeah, I believe so.
He was put over that one time 23 years ago, but I vaguely remember Mr. Cross. But yeah, he had he was hired to work in recycling under Mario, but he didn't stay that long, and he ended up going to Miramar. He's currently the HR director at Miramar, so he didn't get the job. And Hugh Horace McHugh didn't get the job either. Hopefully Horace will stay here. Horace has a vast wealth of knowledge here. I mean, Horace has the experience. I mean, I saw good candidates there last night, but you know, the commission chose to choose Mr. Brimlow. I'm quite sure because of familiarity, and he's our new city manager moving forward. So Rodney Brimlow, he was over the Department of Public Safety. Mr. Brimlow was over, and he was brought in he was moved over to the acting city manager, or the acting city manager.
And that was a national search done.
Yes.
Too, correct. And it was a firm that they had that actually did the search and the background checks and everything. And they, like I said, it was 90 total applicants that applied. 20 from different states. 58 applicants were from Florida, all across Florida. I don't know who they are, but we'll get the list of those names. We'll put in a request to get those names, and they even had the questions that they asked each city manager last night. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. It's like 3 hours, almost 4 hours
it's
long.
About 3 hours and 36 minutes long.
I fell asleep on it myself. I'll go back and try to watch.
I watched it till the end.
But it's lengthy, so if you have time, if you want to go back and watch the playback, you can. It's on YouTube, City of Deerfield Beach's website.
But the new city manager is Rodney Brimlow. He's the new city manager in Deerfield Beach. So moving forward, all your inquiries will be made to Mr. Rodney Brimlow. He was once the district chief here in Deerfield Beach for BSO, 26 years of law enforcement experience. So moving forward, Mr. Rodney Brimlow. I also want to mention that I see Tony Sands is in the chat. He was in the chat, still in there. He was the grand marshal of the MLK parade on Saturday, which was marred by rain, and the rain came, and that kind of, a lot of the festivities they had planned couldn't go on, like the bounce house and all of that, because of the inclement weather, and they shut, I believe, the bounce house and everything down
right now. Can we lower the
yes.
Let's see if we can get Dr. Morris on here. I have to Bluetooth my phone to Dr. Morris. Give us a minute. We're gonna try and connect. We got this new thing. Let me connect my phone and call us right back here. When we give you the cue.
Stay on. Just Bluetooth your phone now.
Okay, let me go ahead and talk to him while I'm Bluetoothing my phone.
Yes, and as we were saying that Mr. Sands was Tony Sands was the grand marshal of the parade, and talked to him. Tony was overcome with emotions. I mean, that is a great honor to be right here in this city the whole time, and was chosen as the grand marshal of the MLK Day parade. So that was a great honor for Tony. I am glad that honor was bestowed for him to be the grand marshal of the parade. As I think back, I know some of the past grand marshals I remember was, if y'all remember, George Jefferson, the late Sherman Hemsley. He was one of the grand marshals, and I believe one of the Coach Carter, I believe, of one of the Titans. Remember the Titans? I think he was that guy there. Muhammad Ali's daughter was one. That is a great honor here to be bestowed of someone. That's a great honor to be bestowed.
There it is right here.
Yeah, that's a great honor to be bestowed upon someone here in the city of Deerfield Beach, to be named the grand marshal of the parade. Too bad that it was the rain came. We really don't get the rain that many days.
Okay, let's see. We got Dr. Morris calling in here.
Yeah, we really don't get.
Let's see if we can bring him in here. Is he there? You there, Dr. Morris?
You can hit him back too.
Yeah, let me see if I can call him back. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Call from Sherman Morris. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, we finally got you there. Hello, Dr. Sherman J. Morris. How you doing? Welcome to the Adam Brothers podcast.
How you doing, man? How y'all doing tonight?
Good,
We're
man.
doing, man.
Good and blessed,
We're trying
man.
to connect to the
we got new equipment.
We got new equipment here, so man,
yeah,
we
still learning it.
Thanks for bearing with us here, but welcome to the podcast. And what would you like to talk about?
Man, it's all good, man. Again, man, kudos to you guys. I'm always enjoying the podcast. I'm gonna be one of y'all greatest supporters because every time y'all get on, I get my alert. So I'll make sure that I try to add some value, and add to the discussions. But I just want to make sure that when we're talking about these national searches for individuals, it's amazing, right? How that game is played. And I want us to begin as a community to start questioning, what does a national search look like? What are those criteria, right? Who's invested or involved in selecting? You got to start asking more questions around that, because it's amazing that time after time you go on a national search and you always end up with somebody local, right? Or if you end up with somebody nationally, they don't stay long. So the question becomes, how are we really, really engaging in this process? And how are we as a community having the voices heard about what we want and who we want to be involved in it? And so I just think there needs to be more question, more inquiry around what is a national search, who's involved in it, what are the criteria for those candidates? Because when you come back, you have a national search and all these individuals apply, and you got an individual that's never been a city manager, never been an assistant city manager, right? And the only thing that he's worked in law enforcement, there's so many nuances to managing an entire city, right? There's so much work that needs to be done in order to make sure that city of Deerfield Beach is really, really representative of the diversity that's, in that city, to make sure that there's a plan moving forward that continues to invest in Deerfield Beach, especially in District 2, continues to pour into our education and development of the next generation of leaders, that we got to start asking more probing questions and demand that our voices be heard. It just disappoints me that you say national search, but we're not asking enough questions around that. And we're not demanding that our voice, that we're a part of that quote unquote interviews. You're telling me that 5 individuals can be a part of it, but you don't have community representatives involved in it? Yeah. There's so many different ways that you can invest in something like that. And I don't think that it's a really, really good job.
Right. Yeah. And also, Dr. Morris, well, like you just said, there you go. The community has to get more involved and, in asking questions. Yeah. And that's the problem. And, it's like that in every city. They just push stuff through if no one asks questions. And I'm not saying that was the case here, but yeah, more questions always have to be asked of that. But the forum was there. I mean, here in Deerfield, we can call in. We have Zoom. So that part there is that's on us as a community, because other people in other parts of the city was calling in with their concerns, and they had a lot of concerns what you had. I mean, people had those same concerns, and those same concerns were raised.
And they were
just
valid
what you
too.
just said.
They were valid points.
So yeah, regardless of the question, those questions were raised, what you said. Definitely. I mean, even in the local Pelican here, you had activists running for office. Miss Karen Shelley questioned. A lot of people said that the choice should be made by the incoming commission that's coming in, because I think they said 40% of them, it would be a turnover. So you had a lot of questions asked. It was also, like I said just now, it was also asked about being put the choice, not making the choice until the next commission. And Commissioner Parnan said that in the article that they're commissioners until they leave office in March. So the choice was made, and a lot of those questions, like I say, that you just raised were asked. They were.
I just know that the city of Deerfield Beach has a history, and that's what I'm most concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that history that Deerfield has, when individuals want to hold on to power and want to wield power, and then begin to hand off power to their quote unquote chosen successor. I don't like that model. I think that it's broken. I think it's had its time. And I think it's time that Deerfield is going to move forward. If Deerfield is ever going to live up to its true potential, that there has to be a true changing of the guard, that they do need new leadership. And this idea of propping individuals up because they're going to do your bidding, or to get somebody in there that's not the most qualified or highly qualified individuals in that space. The city of Deerfield should have the most qualified individual, somebody that has a long history of doing things that Deerfield is looking to do in the next 10 or next 15 years, because that's what city managers do. They plan 5, 10, 15 years out, and sometimes 25 years out. You got an individual coming from law enforcement. Yeah, we got good law enforcement. Congratulations. We've outsourced that. So we don't need another law enforcement professional operating, under the disguise of quote unquote city manager, because he does not have the requisite experience.
And that question was raised.
Multi-million-dollar organization.
That question was raised last night by Commissioner Preston. He raised that question about Brimlow in when the commission comments. He did raise that question about I can't remember exactly what he said, but a police state or something like that might have been. So the question was raised about that, about a policeman coming here. He did have concerns about that. But former commissioner, former state rep Gwen Clark Reed called in last night, and she asked a few questions. But I mean, beyond that, not a lot of input was given. Mayoral candidate Dan Hertz, he raised some questions. He wanted figured that the candidate should be asked questions about something to do with the election. So yeah, we Dr. Morris, it's what you said earlier. You see that across South Florida here, and across the nation, where a lot of times people want to hold on to power, especially in our community. I mean, you look at the long list of people we have, even right now in the U.S. House. Excuse me, that's been there. And I love Auntie Maxine and Clyburn, but those people been in power for the longest. And when they leave, a lot of times they want to hand off to someone that they handpicked. And I have no problem with no one handing the baton off to someone that's handpicked, long as for the community, and long as they've been vetted by the community. I have no problem with that, but yeah, we have that problem, not just here in Deerfield. We have that problem all across the country and all across in our Black neighborhoods of people not wanting our Black representatives not wanting to give up power. Now, that's in every race, but I know I'm always looking from my community, and I know I have saw that from politicians across the country. Just don't want to wield that power over, Dr. Morris. And we have to get away from that.
I'm not disagreeing. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you that it's pervasive. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I am asserting is this: is that if we're ever going to move forward, if Deerfield is ever going to live out to its true promise, right? That those individuals passing along power from one individual to the next, or them consolidating 3 votes in order to do the bidding of these quote unquote puppet masters that they have behind the scenes, operating, getting these quote unquote coveted contracts, or getting these certain provisions so they can build and do what they want to. Like Gance's legacy is going to be that quote unquote storage facility, right? Making Deerfield Boca Raton storage unit, right? That kind of nonsense. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those kind of sweetheart deals that places District 2 is a jewel, and y'all gonna see it coming.
Oh yeah, it is.
I've been saying this for over 15 years now. That this whole idea of individuals taking over District 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now that it's coming. It's coming. It's coming in a major way. And the idea that individuals are consolidating votes or trying to continue with these voting blocks, these conservative voting blocks, or individuals that are not necessarily looking out for what's best for the city, man, somebody got to start questioning that. And and again, I think it's incumbent upon our generation to start really speaking up and making sure that we are paving a way for those that's coming after us.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
If you think about the Reverend Fords and all these other individuals that stood up and was calling balls and strikes back then, right? We have to. We're responsible for calling balls and strikes in our cities. And when the king has no clothes, and when they're mistreating us, we have to speak up.
Well, I can tell you right now, Dr. Morris, whatever we see of wrongdoing, we're going to call it out here. And we're going to bring people, whoever want to come on, if they see something like you're on here expressing your opinion to call something like that out. I mean, you know, just like we're giving you the opportunity, we don't mind people coming on here if they see something, say something again. But
you know, that commission chamber should have been packed last night, especially with people from District 2. And they should have been armed with a lot of questions. You know, maybe that commission meeting.
You know, but Daryl,
go ahead.
And I'm gonna let you go after this because I know y'all got a lot of stuff going on. But I want this whole attitude that the city does engage in, this whole process that they engage in. When Black people come over in great numbers in order to engage, right, and talk about topics of concern. They bring 3 or 4 extra police officers. The police officers are always walking up towards you, trying to be over aggressive. When that chamber is packed with issues from District 2, watch the number of police officers that show up.
No, that is true. That is true. We saw that over the years.
So that fear and that intimidation has been built into that whole to District 2. So when we argue for individuals to get involved or invested, we have to make sure that we're calling and holding those individuals accountable too.
That's true.
Yeah,
because they've created this environment where individuals feel intimidated about actually speaking up on issues of concern or bringing it to the city. Because again, they're going to be targeted, they're going to be called out. At the end of the day, I care less what they say about Sherman because I'm an open book. But there are individuals that are afraid to go over there and voice their concern. And that's the part that we got to get rid of. There needs to be a safe environment where individuals in District 2 are not only, they need to be encouraged, but they need to be supported by individuals that say, we don't need all these extra police officers when Black people come over there to voice their concern. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, you know, I saw it before. I saw it with, you know, issues came up with the utility tax years ago. I seen issues come up over everything, sports, everything. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but hopefully in the future, Dr. Morris, that'll change, and you just have to get people that are not afraid to speak up.
Like us, we're gonna try and help them along.
This is a safe space for people to speak up right here. And voice their legitimate discontent. I mean,
be censored, and we're not gonna intimidate you or anything like that. You call in with, you know, as long as you're talking sensible and you know,
and talk sensible up there too, because if you don't go up there and talk sensible, they're gonna throw you off, and they gotta know the rules of decorum up there too, Dr. Morris. They can't go up there making personal attacks because, of course, you're giving them the ammunition to throw you off. So yeah, we deal
with facts.
We gotta go up there, and we gotta know how to, you know, conduct ourselves too, because if you don't know the rules of their decorum up there, they're gonna throw you out of there.
Yes, they will.
And that's one reason for me why I have never actually went up there. I choose to do things whatever behind the scenes, and I know how to conduct myself, but I just feel like that in the past, I feel like that I saw a police-like atmosphere, police state-like atmosphere up there for different issues. And but again, hopefully that time's changing here.
Yeah. Well,
believe me,
we have
time's changing.
I'm gonna let you go after this, bro. And I agree with that, bro. Again, you know, with all due respect, you know, enjoy you guys, you know what you're doing and appreciate it. But I want that standard to be the same. I want them to keep that same energy when they policing us or they're trying to say we need to have a degree of decorum come up before that. I've attended hundreds of these quote unquote meetings that they have, both online and in person. And I want you to understand this. That same standard is not held for everyone. So I don't mind us saying we got to have decorum. But when other individuals come up from different districts that don't look like us, they come up and they lodge their complaints and they're pounding their fists and they're making all kinds of statements. That same attitude, that same energy, it is not extended to them. And that's the only thing I'm asking for. At some point, we got to keep it 100.
Yeah, and that's true. I agree. I agree with you 100%.
I'm blaming y'all too, man. Y'all don't want to keep me listening. Y'all bring up these issues and stuff and get me going, get my blood flowing. So I do apologize.
Hey, don't let it get you upset, man.
But you're not getting upset. That's just passion. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Because you care about Deerfield Beach and you want to see Deerfield Beach do better. That's not anger. Don't mistake the voice you hear on the airwaves right now as being angry. That's passion. Okay?
Other people, when they hear us that live here, that's been here, that's from here, it's always looked at from some in other communities as anger, and they're angry. We've been called that before, but we're nowhere near. I mean, and with politics, I don't let what they do or whatever do around the country and all of that. It makes you, it sends your blood boiling sometimes, but
very passionate about Exit 42.
Yeah, you gotta, we trust me, Dr. Morris, things gonna get better here.
It's gonna
trust
get
me
better.
what I tell you. I got faith in God. Things gonna get better here.
Yeah. And we're hey man, like we just told Jamara.
I'm not upset.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
I'm like y'all. I haven't been there long as the Adams family. 1906, right?
1913. That's when the Adams family first came to Deerfield
since 1913. The Adams family been in Deerfield Beach since 1913.
And I love it, bro. And again, man, my family hasn't been there that long. I mean, my family came in the 50s, but I can assure you that I was born and raised in that city. And that city did so much for me, and so many men and women sacrificed for me. It's incumbent upon me to keep fighting for the next generation like those that fought for me.
Yes, indeed.
And we appreciate the fight.
Y'all a good night, man.
Hey, man, thank you. We appreciate your insight.
And thank y'all, brother.
Yeah, always. Thank you, and have a good evening. All right, we saw Tony Sands call it in. Tony, you could go ahead and
Tony, the line's open.
The line is open. I saw you calling, but I couldn't answer. There's Tony right here. All right, let's bring Tony in. What happened? You there? Call back, Tony. I don't know what happened just now, but that was the voice of Dr. Sherman J. Morris you just heard. He's always on our podcast, man. We appreciate his insights and his expertise and a
call back, Tony.
Wide variety of subjects.
I don't know if we hit the wrong button or what.
Yeah.
But call back.
Here we go. Oh, turn it up. I got. Hey, Tony Sands, welcome to the Adams Brothers podcast, my brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're all right, man. We're all right, man. We were just getting off the line there with Dr. Morris.
Yes, I heard he's passionate about the things that's got to change. That he see he feels that's got to change in the community.
Yeah, and we're getting there. We're gonna get there. Trust me. Everybody just have to stay vigilant, and we're gonna get where we need to be in this district. Like I say, I mean, it's no secret. In 2027, if God has Wayne Adams here, I'm running for commissioner here in this district, and that's just it. I mean, I talk with God, and
so there you
and that is my destiny right there. That I feel like to help bring better days to this city, Tony. And I know you are a beacon of hope here in this city too. As far as changing a lot of things with the kids, with everything. Yeah. So you was honored this past Monday as the Grand Marshal of the MLK parade in 2000 25 for the MLK. So tell us about that.
How you feel? How did you feel? Tell them how when we talked out there on Monday. Tell them how you feel, Tony.
First, I'm gonna back it up a little bit to when I first got the email. When I got the email, I could not believe when I read the email twice, because as I'm reading it, I'm seeing the City of Deerfield Beach logo, and I'm reading. I'm like, wait, hold on, is this what I'm reading? They want me to be the Grand Marshal of the parade. So I went ahead and I said, oh wow, my schedule, if I had something on my schedule, it was going to be cleared up that day, because I wanted to make sure to me that I'm there and I'm available. Like I told him, I said, yes, I will be there. To be honored, people don't understand, to be honored in your own community. You know, I travel a lot and I'm out being honored in so many different communities. But when I was asked to be the Grand Marshal in the community that I wake up in every morning, that my children went to school in, I mean, it was just, I was ecstatic. And that day, you know, just leading into that day, that morning, as I was getting dressed, I'm still wondering, is this true? Is this true that I'm being the Grand Marshal of the MLK parade here in my own city? And as we got there that day, you know, it was drizzling a little bit, and you know, I'm quite sure a lot of people probably thought that it was not going to go, but they had already said, as we were standing there, rain, sleet, or snow, this ride will take place. This parade will take place, rain, sleet, or snow. It was going. And as I was telling some people, I said, well, you got to remember, there was more than a little bit of drizzle that wasn't able to stop my rescue. There was holes, everything. So the little drizzle, I was glad that people said that it was not going to stop the parade, because I feel, you know, here we are now in 2025, and we're making strides, we're making headways. And as they put your name on each, because it was a Jeep thing. They had everybody was in the Jeep. So as they handed me my name, and I'm looking at it, and as they are putting it on the Jeep, man, I was still wondering. You know, I had a chance to meet with a lot of the commissioners, shake their hand, the mayor, the vice mayor, and I'm sitting. And then as we went, when I heard they say, okay, your Jeep will be the first Jeep that is leading the parade. And as I'm sitting in the car, I'm sitting in it, and my Jeep started playing Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And as we started riding, man, the tears started coming down my eyes. I was like, man, this is true. I mean, I was trying to wipe them away as fast, you know, because we was getting up on people as I was wiping them off my face. But man, the emotion was, I was overtaken with the emotions. And as you're riding up the street and you're seeing people that you know say, and you're reading their lips and they're saying it's about time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it just felt good.
Well overdue.
To know that
well overdue.
We've
man.
been asking that question on this podcast for a few years. Why wasn't everyone else was honoring you in our own city where you live at would not honor you? And I don't know, but
train
like I
kids,
say,
man, you do
things
you just do so much here in the community, man. Yeah, so you definitely, and you do it humbly, and a lot of times from behind the scenes too. So everything that you do don't get highlighted. So it's up to people like us, man, to help put what you do out there, so the people really know that the people that don't see you, we're gonna help them. We're gonna help them along to know. We're gonna help them know what Tony does, you know, here in this community, and it's next to none. I say it in your face, I say it behind your back. I say, man, nobody is doing what Tony Sands is doing around here in this community, man. It's huge, man. I'm telling you, and we appreciate it.
We do, you know, and like I said, this community, and I tell people all the time, this is where I started my business. I started my business in this community. I started my business of training athletes at Westside Park. Not knowing, my vision at that time was that I always wanted the young men in this community to see that just what they're seeing on Sundays is not just what it is. That these guys have a job, they work. I was the first guy that's in the training industry to bring athletes to the inner city to train. Now you're seeing everywhere. But I brought them into our community. And when they came into our community, we didn't come to where they had to have protection. They came with the open arms. And these guys, remember, some of these guys were from all over the country, even out of the city of Pompano. And they enjoyed being out there amongst the young men. I remember one time Al Harris had the Nike truck to come out, and they dumped out a whole bunch of Nike shoes to the guys that was out there. It's things like that that you want to continue, because it's the kids that's coming behind them now that we're seeing in the NFL, like the Brandon Powells, James Pierre, Singletary. These are the guys that were out there looking at the gate and just watching these young men, Al Harris, Zach Crockett, and Randy Moss, and a host of others, perform here in their community. And that way they knew that that dream was possible. So, you know, like I said, it was my pleasure to always do that. I looked forward to it going there in the evening times to make that dream come true for those young men.
And you did it. You've done that too, man.
Exactly.
And hey, man, like I say, man, we appreciate what you do.
Everything you do.
And what you're doing in this community, man, is not going unnoticed. You know, the city of Deerfield just honored you, and you know, I'm sure it's a more to come. And
and
you know
Tony
what we
should
talked
be
about
one of the
too.
hometown heroes. I mean, they're honoring people like they honored us last year, and it took them a while to honor us, and we were right here. You know, but people looked over us, and that's cool. We never asked for recognition or validation from anyone here. But you're here in this town, and they need to look at you as one of the hometown heroes here for the Black Heritage Festival next month in Deerfield Beach. That's me. You have my if I was in a power position, you would definitely, you and a lot of other people here that have not been recognized here would definitely be recognized for your achievements here in our great city. And I
told Tony that on Monday. I said, man, hopefully, man, that you know that your name is nominated for one of those awards at the Black Heritage Festival, because it's well deserved, man. I'm telling you, you know?
Yes, it would be well deserved. It's not handing you anything. It would be a great honor. I mean, again, we have people right here in Deerfield Beach. I don't think no one have to look far than to honor Tony Sands. Y'all out there, whoever on that board out there, I mean, he's right here on the Adams Brothers podcast. I mean, honor the man. Don't sit here and play games. I mean, let's honor the people that's here in our community. And I'm not saying I don't mean it that way, but I'm just saying let's not play games. Let's honor the people right here in our community that's doing the work. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying no one playing anything. Let's not play games. What I'm saying, that was just a phrase. I'm saying we have people right here in the community that is out here doing the real work. Let's honor them.
Right, you know, and you got people, you know, that's in all kind of organizations around here. You know, you got the American Legion. You know, you got the lodges here. You know, these guys are active in the community, so it's a lot of people that, and I'm sure that's going to be more. You know, it's going to be 2 or 3, 4 more this year, and eventually it'll get around to the people that deserve it. So
like
you're right.
I look at it, and you know, I remember when I was, you know, inducted into my college Hall of Fame. That was, you know, a lot of people said that time, what took them so long. And like I told him, it's not about what took them so long. Timing of it was perfect. My timing to go in was perfect. I remember when I went in, I was the 24th inductee, and I wore the number 24. So I said to them, timing of it is perfect. And time has its way to when it's your time for something. It'll happen to you. So, and that's why, you know, I don't wake up every morning looking to be, like you say, looking to be honored. I just wake up with my job is to change lives of young men and young women. I spend probably 80 to 90% of my time around young people. mold, trying to help mold young people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what my blessing is. Like I said, I look back at my life and I said that was my calling, is to be to be a blessing to young men and young women throughout not only DFL but just throughout this country. And I've been able to do that. And I thank God every day that He put me in that position.
Yeah, and the thing and the people that I think my brother and I, we know a lot of people, but Tony gotta have 5,000 phone numbers in his phone or more, man. Because Tony just knows so many people, and the people who can bring resources here to this city and for the kids and just do all kind of things, man. He has a ton of knowledge of sports and some. I mean, just
education too. I mean,
the education,
the educational
man,
part of Tony's programs too are you have to check that out. I mean, like we said, he did the moms on violence, mothers against violence last year.
And he has another one coming up too.
Yes, and I mean, it's so much. I mean that he does. I mean, I'm just like I said earlier. No disrespect towards whoever the committees are, but I mean, that's that passion again. I'm passionate about where I'm from. I'm passionate about my city. I'm still here, so I'm not going nowhere. And when they bury me, they're gonna bury me right here in Deerfield Beach or somewhere close by. But they recognize the people that's here. That's all I'm saying right now. Recognize the people that's on the ground doing the work.
And if you haven't been to the Black Heritage Festival, it's next month at the DoubleTree Hotel, the Hilton. There, and the tickets are, I believe, $40, and then it's on the 22nd, I believe. 22nd, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And hopefully Tony's name is on there.
When you guys got honored, I think it was the same weekend as the Super Bowl.
It was. It was the day. It was the Saturday before.
It was the same weekend of the Super Bowl, and I had to leave out, but I was definitely going to be there. So listen, man, it's like I say, each and to see the work that you guys do every day. Me and my wife talks about it so much, and like I say, I've been blessed since I've been living in Deerfield Beach to be blessed to know some of the most prominent families in Deerfield Beach, the Philpotts, the Adams, and the list goes on. And to be able to feel like family. You guys have welcomed me like family. Both families, the Philpotts and the Adams, have welcomed me like family. And listen, you guys continue this journey that you're on. You guys are spreading, whether you know it or not, you're putting a lot of joy in a lot of people within this community, man, for the work that you guys are doing. It's no comparison. There's no one bringing and standing up for this community the way that you guys are doing, and continue to do it. You guys are blessed. You come from a great line of family. Your parents are exceptional. I love your dad. Like I said, I had a chance to work under your dad when I coached, and a lot of people don't realize that I coached at Packer Rattlers. I coached under Coach Clive and was able to obtain a Super Bowl for the Packer Rattlers, along with Clive, along with Coach Stewart and Coach Khalid. It was a pleasure to coach those guys. It brought, I look at some of these guys now. See, one of the guys that they're talking about is Josh Philpott. Josh Philpott is one of the guys that was on that team. And I was a part of Josh's upbringing as well. From here all the way through college, all the way with all his things, and we still speak now. He'll call me. There's something on his mind, and it's just been a pleasure to be able to help so many of these young men. And we must understand that not all of them make it to the NFL, but they are all top-notch professionals. They're all not going to make it to the NFL, but they all are professionals. I look at these young men and young women and out throughout this community that we've had a chance to be able to be a part of. And me and my wife, we love going out to the park, watching in any kind of way that we can help. And we always, we was always there any time that the organization needed us, whether it was purchasing rooms for the cheerleader competition, just whatever it took. We wanted to make sure that, that we was there. It was an enjoyment time for us. We enjoyed it. And, it was sad when with this year, what happened. And we're looking forward to some things that's going to come out on the other side of it. So it's going, like I said, it's been a blessing. I thank you guys for taking time out to have me on your show. And, man, you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. And when we saw in the chat, Bobby Crawford said, we need Joshua Philpott, the head coach at Deerfield Beach High School. And someone, yes, that's what they said. I thought they said the principal, but the principal too, if that's, so too. But yeah, it would be great to have Josh as the head coach of football. I mean, we have a lot of hometown people here. That's qualified. That's qualified and capable of doing the job at Deerfield Beach High. And that would be a great honor if Josh could come and be the head coach at Deerfield Beach High School. What a great honor that will be.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we've been talking to Tony Get Sensational Sands, man. He was the grand marshal at the MLK parade this past Monday on MLK Day. And he called in to
tell us about how he felt.
Tell us about how he felt and everything. So, hey, man, Tony, like we always tell you and Dr. Morris and Jamar Terra Porto, man, we appreciate your input on this podcast, man. And you're always welcome to come on this podcast anytime. All you all have to do is just call us, man. We will get you on.
And y'all love this city. Y'all love this community. Y'all love this city. Passionate about it. All three of y'all. Y'all just keep doing what you're all doing too, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing here to bring information to the community that's needed.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you for calling, man. Have a great evening. Say hello to Calandra. We see her watching, but say hello to her as well.
That's right. We have a lot of folks. We have a lot of folks from Deerfield Beach in the chat. Some from the past. I see my classmate Tawana Rogers watching. Also, I see Anita Burns. Who else there on
Clarence? Pastor Clarence Honor. Bobby Crawford, Elizabeth Crockett. Hello, Marilyn Strobridge. How you doing, Mel? Jocelyn Sunshine Bynes. Hello, classmate. How you doing? Shanita Neal, Calandra Jones, Greg Warner. Hey, Greg. Kendra Jenkins. What's up in things and stuff? Angela Howard. Hey, Angela, how you doing?
Yes, indeed. Charnay
Dixon. What's up, home girl? How you doing, Charnay? And Terrence Tigner. How you doing, Terrence? All good to have all of you here joining us here
on this rainy Wednesday night.
If you're just joining us, we had Jamara Terraporte on our podcast here earlier. Talking about human trafficking. She has an event on Saturday at the Johnny L. Tigner Center. Please make plans to go out and educate yourself on human trafficking and learn more about Sophia Reeder, who was kidnapped in Fort Lauderdale
and is still missing
years and years ago, and she's still missing. So I didn't know that. But,
me either.
I'm going to educate myself on that as well. So
that's the Saturday at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Johnny Tigner Center.
Yes.
Join everyone there to educate yourself. The theme is called I'm Somebody, Somebody.
Yeah.
But join us there for human trafficking there at the Tigner Center this Saturday. The food truck is going to be there. Picks roasted corn. Wayne and Erica Yorker food truck. So they're going to be there. Just come out there. Jamara will just enlighten us because she told us some things earlier on the podcast about human trafficking and signs and things to look for. Signs. I mean, we definitely need to be aware of human trafficking. Also, I brought up to Jamara right here in Deerfield Beach, and a lot of y'all in the chat might remember her. Deborah Townsend has been missing. I was looking earlier since 1980. She was a Deerfield Beach resident, Deborah Townsend. She has been missing since 1980 here in Deerfield Beach. And we heard over the years, if you live here, you heard so many rumors about what might have happened to Miss Townsend, but she's missing. So we have people right here in our own city that's been missing. Deborah Townsend has been missing now for what, 45 years now, since 1980.
Yeah. It's
yes.
been a long time. So help if you missed the live broadcast, go back and watch the playback. Jamara Terra Portier, she gave us so much information and signs. If you see a little sign like this here, that means somebody needs some help. If somebody's walking towards you and you see them do this, that means that person needs some help. They're trying to give you a sign. And I didn't know that.
No, me either.
But I learned, a lot today just by having her on this podcast. And we thank Jamar for coming on here.
Yes.
And
the Black Hair, again, we want to mention the Black Heritage Banquet. It's a celebration of Black history, and tickets are on sale right now at the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex, and that's 401 Southwest 4th Street. The tickets are $40, and the location where it's going to be held that is the DoubleTree by the Hilton Hotel, and that's 100 Fairway Drive. Tickets are $40, and again, you can get tickets at the 401A Southwest 4th Street, and the signs are up now. That's the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex. It was named after my dad. A great honor for him to get that whole complex out there named after him. The city right now is working on getting the dedication for that. The name put up on the building out there. So what a great honor that was bestowed upon the Adams family, our dad, Bernard Adams. So we will be announcing whenever the dedication take place. We hope to see everyone out there. They're going to have food. They already told us that they want it to be a big, huge celebration out there when the building is donated to our father, Bernard Adams. So as far as anything else, because I'm tired. I'm ready to get off here. We've been on here since 6 o'clock.
Music going, because look, like I said earlier, I've been out there in the rain all day. I work outside. So I've been out there in the rain all day, and the wind was blowing, and I got a bald head here. I don't have no hair like I used to. So I was out there in it, man, and it was just a little light rain, and it was, clinging to my clothes, and man, it was just a messy day, and I just wanted to punch out and go home and relax. And we had podcast business to take care of. We've taken care of that business, and now it's time to chill. You know what I'm saying? So time to what was that? Oh, I unhooked my Bluetooth. So now it's time to kind of just chill and go back and relax. And I don't know, I might have a glass of Moscato. I don't know if I got none, but I might. If I don't have none, I'm gonna get.
And just a recap, we have a new city manager here in Deerfield Beach, Rodney Brimlow. 26 years of law enforcement experience. He was the BSO chief here some years ago, here around 2020. I think might have been his last year at BSO, and he retired. Then he went on to be the public safety director here. But Mr. Rodney Brimlow, congratulations to him on being the named last night as the new Deerfield Beach city manager. So like I say, any future inquiries will be to the Mr. Rodney Brimlow. Want to thank everyone who applied for the job as the public safety director. So
Mitchell Smith, what's up, Mitchell? Vanessa Burton, Lisa Jackson Neesmith. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Thank you all for tuning in. Hey, it's time for us to put these microphones up. Time to put the banner up. Put away all this equipment and go have some dinner and relax and just watch a little TV, man. And I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah, want to thank everyone for being in the chat for chatting in the chat. Everyone that was in the chat that type something. I want to thank everyone. It's been a pleasure. We love everyone. I know I love everyone.
Right.
God bless everybody. Also, y'all stay vigilant with the orange man, Donald Trump. I wanted to talk a little bit about him too, about the pardons but we ran out of time.
We'll get it in.
We'll
next
get
week,
it in
we'll
here
be
probably
back.
next week with the blanket pardons that he did for the Proud Boys, the ones that assaulted law enforcement. I have no problem with some of the other pardons of trespassing, but the ones against law enforcement and attacking the police, I have a problem with that. But get ready, 4 years. Everybody stay prayed up. God bless everyone out there.
And don't forget, next week we're going to have Rodney Baltimore from WHQT Hot 105 Radio. He's going to be here on our podcast next week. So we're going to chop it up with Rodney Baltimore and the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. And I think that's about it. Thank you all out there for rocking with the Adams Brothers. Thank you for rocking with us. If you want to hit us up on the Cash App, there it is on the ticker down at the bottom of the screen.
Yes, y'all, don't be stingy on that Cash App.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten anything for 2025 yet. The Cash App again is
read it off.
Zelle is W Adams Brothers Podcast at gmail.com. And Cash App is $ Adams Brothers Podcast.
There you have it.
$ Adams Brothers Podcast for Cash App. And Zelle is W Adams Brothers Podcast at gmail.com. It's on the ticker, y'all. Don't be stingy. Come on. Help us out a little bit here.
We just
bought new equipment. Thank you.
Thank you all for rocking with us on the Adams Brothers Podcast. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. We love you. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Hey. See ya.